Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Spider Monkey Eats. Today we're going to make some turkey soup. So it was just Thanksgiving. I had about a 17-pound turkey. Now I have the carcass left over. One of my favorite things to make is turkey soup. It's very rich, delicious, and very easy to make. So in here I have, it doesn't look, fabulous, but a turkey carcass, the neck that I didn't use. So the majority of the meat has already been pulled off, but there are, some remnants that we're going to make the stock out of. What I have here is some celery, onion. We are leaving the tops on, just a rough chop, just to get that stock going. Carrots, some parsley. I have onion and garlic powder, black peppercorns, bay leaves, and some dried thyme. So we're just going to add all of this in, again, just rough, because we're going to end up taking this out. But we want to let that stock get all these flavors. Our seasoning going in, again, onion and garlic powder, some dried thyme, black peppercorns, and some bay leaves. We're going to fill this up with water. We want about an inch above the carcass. If the carcass is huge as you have and you guys want to break the bones so that it fits in your pot better, that's perfectly fine. We're filling this up with cold water, again, about an inch or two covering. Our pot is filled. We're going to put our burner on high, just bring it up to a boil, and then we're going to turn it down low, let it simmer, partially covered, for at least 3 hours. You can go 3 to 4 hours, depending what you want to do, but we're going to turn it into a soup right away, so 3 hours. Alright, so we've been at a nice low simmer for 3 hours. Everything was together for about a half hour before it even came up to a boil. Now we're going to take out the bigger bone portions. We're going to let it cool. You can pick off any extra meat that you might find on there. Okay, I definitely don't touch it right away, but we want to take off these bigger portions because there is some meat. Okay, if you guys want to keep, the bigger carrots, you can definitely do that. And I'm just going to show you guys. We'll keep taking everything out, and then I'll also, instead of pouring it into a strainer, definitely handy to have one of these guys so that you can grab, a good amount all at once. So we're going to take all of this out, and then we're going to actually add in some barley and then the rest of our ingredients. Alright guys, I really want to show you have to get in here with your hands once this is cooled down. Already separated a bunch of bones. You want any skin? Definitely those bay leaves, the onions and celery don't look that great. The carrot I will end up throwing back in, but you want to pick through it literally with your hands, shred it apart, make sure that you're not getting the skin and no little bones. So what I did was I also added more water. I added some salt, some fresh ground black pepper, and I like to add barley. Okay, some barley cooks differently, some takes a long time to cook. This at least 30 minutes, but it does soak up a lot of water, so I added 4 more cups of water. So brought it back up to a boil. Okay, everything is strained out of here. We're gonna put that barley in. I will add a little bit more of onion and garlic powder and let this cook for at least 30 minutes, or it's about 20 minutes or so, and then we're going to add in the rest of our veggies. So we'll put our timer on, 20 minutes, and give it a check. So barley has been in for about 20-25 minutes. We're ready to add in everything else. We have some celery, onion, carrots, and then some shredded chicken. If you guys see visible fat, you can always skim that off. Some people will chill their soup as they're midway through. They do the stock, and then if it's cold outside, they'll put it outside so that the fat will firm up on top. So if you want to take more time, you can do that. So this is the white meat because this is going to be good and stay nice and juicy. Have this off to the side. Alright, so we like a heartier soup, so let's stir this around and see. Looks good. Looks like I can add a little bit more meat. Still want a good amount of broth. Alright, and we have celery, fresh celery. So we don't want to overcook it. That's why we waited a little bit to put that in. Some onion. So some people, if you want to get extra color, you can cook this. You know, if you were to take your soup out, you can cook this separate. Caramelize it a little brown. And then add your broth back in. And then some carrots. Nice big chunks. Looks good. So we'll do a little extra seasoning. Little fresh ground black pepper. Alright, soup is done. Put everything together, added more thyme, and then just let it kind of cook together for half hour, 45 minutes again if you have the time. Just let it kind of slow simmer. So salt and pepper to taste. If you want a little bit more, that's perfectly fine. We're gonna give it a try. Get a little bite, some chicken, onion, celery, and carrot. Definitely hot, definitely delicious, really simple. The broth is really hearty because of the turkey, a little bit different than chicken broth. We have the barley in there just to kind of fill it in. If you prefer, you can do like noodles on the side and then add the chicken soup on top. Whatever you guys like, really fresh, really easy. I'll put this in separate containers. Obviously this is a lot of soup, you can give some away, but freezer, pull it out as you want to use it. That's the best way to do it. Hopefully you guys like this. The full recipe and directions is written in the descriptions. If you guys like it, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. And if you never want to miss another episode of Spider Monkey Eats, definitely subscribe to our channel, Ultimate MMA Plus.